Healthy Halloween, everybody. I'm Marcia Prince, co-founder of Plant Chicks. And today we're gonna make some fun little jack-o'-lantern, healthier Halloween meal ideas. So snacks and meal ideas. So a lot of you requested, how can I make my Halloween healthier? You guys wanted to do it more plant-based, whole food plant-based style without sacrificing taste and the fun. Because a lot of times when we do these holidays, we're like, this is so much fun, but we're eating too much candy, too much processed foods, and overindulging. So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks how you can get some more fiber without sacrificing nutrition and fun. Okay, so one of my favorite things to do during this time of year for my friends and my family, my neighbors, is to create these little jack-o'-lanterns. Look at these little guys. How cute are they? And this is something super easy and simple to do. So of course you want to get an orange bell pepper, okay? You can really use these in so many ways. Do you know an orange bell pepper has 6 or 7, depending on the bell pepper, more times vitamin C than an orange? This is where it's at, my friends. So you want something that is packed full of vitamin C, a bell pepper it is. You guys, I eat like a bell pepper a day, usually with some hummus or some guacamole. But I'm going to show you a couple fun things you can do before we get started. So you want to make sure that if you do this, you get the certain amount of different bell peppers that you need. You can use orange to look like jack-o'-lanterns, which we're doing today. You can do green to look like Frankenstein. Really the possibilities are endless. Or you can do green to make it look like a witch. These are a lot of fun to do, and when you can do this with the kids and be really, really, really creative with them. So first things first, I washed a bell pepper. I'm going to show you how easy and simple this is done. Now, oh, here's my knife. You're going to need a small paring knife, okay? And anything, if you have any questions on any products that I use, like my cutting board, my knives, my bowls, anything like that, it will be on the carousel below. So you can spin through the carousel. It's some of my favorite products that I use because people will ask, where did you get that? Where did you get that? Where did you get that? So I made it conveniently easy for you below. If you have any questions, I have my phone right here. Put your questions in the comments and I'll answer them as well. So I like to chat with you guys, have a good time because we are live. So you're going to take an orange bell pepper. Now to create this, I want you to take the top of it and make sure when you have the knife that the kiddos aren't using the knife because you want to make sure you're in charge of this part. The kids can stuff it for you. You want to just cut off the very, very top of the bell pepper, just like you would do a pumpkin. If you're carving a pumpkin, you're just carving a bell pepper. You're going to take it off and you're going to clean out the inside. See that white part? You're just going to take that. I usually take it out because I'm going to leave room for whatever's going to be inside. So just like that. And then I like just to rinse out if there's any seeds that are left over. I will rinse out the seeds. And then see this part where it has seeds? I'm actually going to cut the top part off like that. I'm going to rinse the seeds off, make sure there's no seeds anywhere. And just keep the top part out, just like that. Because that's going to be the top of your pumpkin when you have to put it back on. So whatever recipe we're creating, I'm going to show you 3 different ways how you can make these taste amazing. So that's the first things first. Then you're going to take your paring knife, and I would say you have to be careful on this. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over here just to show you. When you're carving these, take a steady hand and say you want to show wherever you're carving it, and when you set it down, whatever is like the easiest side to see the face, that's the side you want to carve. So you see how these guys are standing? The face would have been shorter if I did it here, and the face is bigger here. So I always put the face on the bigger side so it stands up. And you guys can make little jack-o'-lantern eyes, the nose, they have little teeth. I made 3 different ones. This guy's more a little scary guy. I made his eyes different. Instead of triangles, they go up. This one, I can't wait to do this one's fun for you. He's got a little, oh, face screaming. So we have these 3 things going on, and you just create the eyes how you want to. So I'm going to set it up. This looks like the bigger part. So I'm just going to carve out 2 triangles for eyes. So you guys, obviously a triangle is a pretty easy thing to do. It's 3, 1, 2, 3, just like that. And you guys have fun and create this. You guys can look online to see what kind of pumpkin faces that you like. Here we go. Little pumpkin faces. He can have a nose. Let's make a little jack-o'-lantern nose. And you know, you just want to keep it fun. The kids love seeing this. And these are fun to do if you have a party or your neighbors and stuff. So I can't wait to show you what I'm going to put inside. That's the fun part. So I'm going to do a smile. So I want to cut at the very, very bottom. And with the smiles, you can square it out where they have teeth, no teeth. They can have open mouth, like they're screaming. I just like to have fun, just to, you know, you have to have fun during the holidays. Well, what fun is it if you don't have fun during the holidays? And there we go. So he's got 2 teeth, just like that. Okay, cool. So as you see, I have 4 of these because we're going to do some fun things with them. Okay, first things first. This is one of my favorite things to do with bell peppers, whether it's Halloween or not, is I like to take leftovers. So I have this leftovers. I did an Amazon Live in my Instant Pot, so it's a couple Amazon Lives back. If you go to our Plant Chicks page, give it a follow, see the notifications, and scroll back to see a couple lives ago, I cooked in my Instant Pot Mexican quinoa. So Mexican quinoa is one of my favorite things to make in bulk because you can eat off it all week, and it makes for great leftovers. So as you guys can see right here, we have quinoa, corn, black beans, onions, garlic, lots of spices like cumin, smoked paprika. I threw all this in the Instant Pot, cooked it up, made a big batch. And so this is the leftovers from it. And this is what I like to do to kind of like punch it up a little bit. So let me get a spoon really quick. So I'm going to take some Mexican quinoa right here, put it into a mixing bowl, because we're going to freshen it up a little bit by adding some pico. So we're going to add some. If you have any questions, like I said, put below. I see some of you guys are on here. Hello, hello. So you're going to take some pico. Yeah. And we're just going to mix this up really well. It already has all the spices. And we're going to take, not this pumpkin, because I have a little surprise for you in this pumpkin. Okay, let's take these 2 pumpkins right here at the end. So we're going to fill this up with the Mexican quinoa. So we're going to fill this up, and what we're going to do is we're going to cook these at 375 for 30 minutes. Now we're going to save the tops. I'm not going to cook the tops on with them. I'm just going to cook it just like this, because if not, the tops will shrink. I did that mistake before. So we're just going to add this for decor, keep it cold and raw. So when it comes out of the oven and it's cooked, you can actually put the top on it, and it won't be so melted and look all weird. So I just like to put 2 of these. We're going to do 2 because this is going to be my dinner. So we're going to take that, and then we're going to do the other one the same way. We're just going to fill it up with the Mexican quinoa. You guys, this is so good. If you haven't seen the episode that I did with the Mexican quinoa, you guys have got to check it out. It's so easy, simple to make. It takes 5 minutes to throw everything together, 30 minutes to cook in the Instant Pot, and you have dinner and lunch and lunch and lunch. So you get many, many meals from it. Okay, maybe I'll add a little bit more just to the top of this, because this one's a bigger bell pepper, just like that. Oops, there we go. So here we go. We have 2 little pumpkins, little jack-o'-lanterns, filled with Mexican quinoa. So I'm going to cook both of these at 375 for 30 minutes. Oops, that one's kind of rocking. So I have to put this in the oven carefully, because I already have my oven set for you guys. There we go. And then I'm just going to go ahead and set my timer for 30 minutes. Oops, that was 3 minutes, so that's not good. 300. It didn't beep it at us. Okay, so that's set for 30 minutes. That's good. Now we're going to move on to number 2. This was actually a fun one. So if you're having Mexican quinoa and it's the theme, it's kind of like more Southwestern theme. You want to create these little pumpkins that are screaming with like, oh, mouth, right? You're probably like, what is she talking about? Okay, so I went and got some guacamole. You can make your own. I actually like the one from Whole Foods. Is actually one of my favorite ones because it's like pre-done, ready to go. And if you're going to eat it within the next week, it's good. After that, it turns kind of bad. But like I said, you can make your own guacamole or get your favorite one, make it or buy it. And you're going to put it into the pumpkin. So let's go put it into this pumpkin, for example. Let me show you on a plate. It's much cuter to do this with your people at a party because you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So where's the little guy at? Let me get this out of the way. See the little pumpkin? So you're going to put some guac at the bottom of the pumpkin, just like this. A little bit more, about 2 tablespoons. And as you guys can see, what's going on here. Then you're going to take some celery and carrot sticks, and you're just going to put them and stick them into the guac, just like that. So you got some little different guys right here. And this is my favorite part about the pumpkin, is it looks like it is throwing up. And how cute is that? Like, how adorable is that? It's like funny and adorable at the same time. I just love me some, any of this is all fresh. So I love guacamole, I love dipping carrot sticks, celery sticks, and you can literally rip up this little bell pepper jack-o'-lantern when you're done eating all the stuff, and then rip it up and eat it. It's one of my favorite things to do. How funny is that? I just think that's hilarious. So I did this one year for a party, and we cooked little pumpkins with the Mexican quinoa in this, if that's the theme. I had a brain dip. It was actually a bean, it was a brain mold, and I put bean dip in it with salsa and some chips. So that's a little fun thing to do. It just kind of makes the food a little festive and you're like on theme with it. But this is one of my favorite things to do at the holiday. I don't know why, it just tickles me. So let me show you one more time. Like, how funny is that? Okay, I'll get off that now. Okay, so then after that one, okay, so we just did. You just saw me make, this is like pretty easy, okay? So if you have the leftovers of Mexican quinoa, it literally takes you like 5 minutes to cut the jack-o'-lanterns, scoop them into that, throw them into the oven, 30 minutes, boom, and you're done. And what's funny is too, I also like to add a little guacamole and sour cream or whatever, you have vegan sour cream to it. You can add vegan cheese, any of that stuff to the bell pepper to make it look like it has extra throw up and stuff, okay? All right, so that's that. Another fun one that I like to do, I'm keeping these little things right here. Let me get another plate just to show you. So this is another fun thing to do. So this little jack-o'-lantern guy that I just made right in front of you. Oh no, that was the other guy. I made the other guy in front of you. So I made some spaghetti. So I pre-made spaghetti for you, and it's in here. Here, I'll show you what you can do. This is so funny to me, you guys. Let me stir this up. I'm gonna go ahead and get a fork. It'll be easier to put this in. So you are going to take spaghetti and you're going to put it into the little jack-o'-lantern. So it's pre-cooked, and you kind of want to make it scary and kind of creepy. And this will be the bowl that your kids or yourself or your party goers will eat out of. So it's more like they can still eat it, but it's more like a bowl. Here we go. So just to make it, it's not very hot, but just to make it more festive, you could take like it out of the eyes. Just there we go. So you take some spaghetti, and then you got yourself like a bloody little looking jack-o'-lantern. And this will be the bowl that you eat it out of. So how fun are these little ideas that you can do for the holidays? Like super easy, super fun. And these are great to put on different plates to give people options. So how cute are these guys? Like, how funny. One time I did a green bell pepper, and I made a little Frankenstein face out of it and put this on top. And then I put carrot sticks, because it was a green bell pepper. I put orange carrot sticks coming out for the ears, like Frankenstein. So really you can be, hey, how are you? I see that's Tiffany's on there. Hello, hello. Really, you could be super creative and make these little monsters for the kids, because the kids definitely love these things. Are like, oh, that's scary, that's creepy, or as an adult, of course, you have fun with it, the humor with it. But at the same time, it does look kind of like how gross it looks. Ha 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 ha! Happy Halloween! But yes, you can really pick. I would say between green would be more of a Frankenstein look. I should have got some to show you because it's so funny. But I just wanted to bring out some ideas for you guys, just to show you how easy and how fun it is to create these. Like I said, if you're just having a family party, or if you're really having a party and people are coming over, and putting them on, of course I would do plastic, or not plastic, but paper plates so you can throw them away. But putting these on paper plates while guests can sit there and eat their food. Like, how easy is that? So they can take their paper plate. This would be an appetizer for somebody, right? And then more of the meal, you can get that. They can just eat it out. They don't have to eat the whole thing, depending how hungry you are. And then, like I said, you can do the Frankenstein one with the spaghetti with the orange coming out, like, those things that Frankenstein has in his ears. But these are just like more meal ideas. If you missed the treat one, go back about 2 Amazon Lives ago on the Plant Chicks page, and you will see I made a lot of healthy treats, but it has a little bit of chocolate and sugar and stuff. That way you guys can get some fiber paired up with sugar. You get the combo of both. This one right here, you kind of get the combo. This is a lot more healthier, I would say, too. And my favorite spaghetti, because people always ask, like, what spaghetti do you use? I like Jovial brand. Jovial brand is a gluten-free spaghetti. It tastes just like real spaghetti. If you're trying to stay away from gluten, or you're sensitive with gluten, Jovial has the best brand. The best flavor that tastes just like real wheat spaghetti. So that's my favorite, and that's what that's cooked with. And some of the stuff you see tonight, right here, I'm actually taking these to my neighbors, because I always am like, I love to cook. That's how I show my love. And I love to cook good food, like healthy food. That way they get ideas, because a lot of times people bring over, kind of like the standard or the normal type of holiday foods that are just really filled with processed foods, preservatives, chemicals, a bunch of like saturated fats, and what I'm saying, sodium. It just can be really, really bad. But when someone has an influence to show and encourage in a positive way to make healthy fun, and it gives them an idea, they're like, I would have never thought to do that. I always say pay it forward healthy. If you can do that to somebody. I love inspiring people to eat healthier every single day through food and fitness. And I have to say, this is just one of those ways that you can still be healthy during the holidays without packing on the pounds. Not to say that you can't have those, you can. I would just definitely do it in moderation, because we know holidays are that time of year where we get together, enjoy each other's company with friends and family, but we do overindulge, and then we feel guilty later. I want you guys to give up that holiday guilt, okay? You're going to have your favorite foods anyway, so I get that. So have some of your favorite foods. Just have it in a smaller portion of moderations, like some of your home-cooked goods from back in the day. But when it comes to, I would say, being a leader in your own family, try like new, healthier ways and options to introduce to your family so they can become the new normal. I'm now the one that, like, what's Marzia going to bring? Like, what creative and fun thing is Marzia going to bring to the holiday party? Because I love to do it that way. I remember the first time I went vegan, it was about 10 and a half, almost 11 years ago. I cooked an entire whole food, plant-based holiday Thanksgiving dinner. And everybody was like, oh gosh, they weren't really quite sure, but they had it and they were like, this is super delicious. What was I thinking? This tastes delicious. There's flavor and there's nutrition without packing on the calories and or packing on the pounds, because a lot of the stuff is horribly laden with calories. But at the same time, you are actually nourishing and healing your body, and you're not missing anything. Like, I don't feel like I miss anything. And if I do something, I like to veganize it. I like to make it whole food, plant-based. If something is full of saturated fats, sodium, sugar, I'm like, how can I make that healthier? and then I make the same dish and I just make it healthier than the other version. And sometimes it tastes just the same, if not better. So this is some of my little tips and tricks that I want you to, who is this? Oh, hey, great options. Yes, fun fiber. But these are just little tools and tricks that I want for you guys to incorporate into your family. Remember, it's never too late to be healthy. And you know, one healthy meal doesn't make you healthy. You have to be consistent. And one unhealthy meal doesn't make you unhealthy. You have to be consistent at being unhealthy. At the end of the day, if you eat more of these foods than the bad foods, you're winning. And that's what it's all about. So thank you guys for joining me here on today's short little Amazon Live. Just wanted to share these little fun ideas so you can share it with your family. Have a great day, and I would say happy Halloween. You guys enjoy your Halloween. Bye.